Hello everybody, I guess we're getting started a little early today. I forgot to put the timer up there. I was doing my Discord promotional thing. Forgot to switch it over to the starting screen. So let's just get started, shall we? Yeah, we are going to be back with the Shaman Assassin, the Stiger build, as I've called him. We've been doing this guy for quite a while here. He's getting on to level 50, or not 50, 45, I think we're at. And today we're going to be doing some main quest line, mainly because dragons have been kind of an issue. Our lack of ranged ability to deal ranged damage to flying dragons has been very limited. Tekken 8, oh yeah, man, I've been looking to see what the PC port is like for Tekken 8, because the Tekken 7 PC port was not amazing. There was a lot of work that had to be done behind the scenes to get it to stop like dropping frames and keeping a steady frame rate and things like that, and not to drop inputs. So I've been playing on my PS5. It's completely awesome on that system, but we know about the state of PC ports lately, especially for multi-platform games. Yeah, no, I'm super hyped for the game though. The problem is with the PS5 for me is hooked up to the TV out in the living room, which only has a wireless connection, and I don't want to do that to my would-be competition on the internet. Nothing worse than fighting somebody over Wi-Fi on a fighting game. See, we got Gavin Gaines. Hello, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Getting off to a good start on your weekend. And we got Maldaroth, aka Macadamia. Frost Princess woke up at the right time. Hell yeah. Yeah, I got up at like 9:30, 10 o'clock today, which is good for me on a weekend. I got some fairly decent sleep last night for the first time in a while. It was good. And Caladran, welcome, welcome. Hope you as well are getting off to a great weekend. Okay, so we are here outside of High Hrothgar. We just learned the Clear Skies Shout. We are continuing on with the main quest line. Like I said, we're really chasing Dragonrend at this point. Our ranged capabilities against flying dragons is just really bad at this point, as I thought they might be. The Avenging Wraith does a little bit of work for us, but not a whole lot. She seems to want to just run away at the sight of dragons. Oops, I thought I had my Clear Skies Shout active there. Guess not. So for this run here, we're going to see some frost trolls and some ice wraiths. So I've switched to the aspect of the bear because it's going to be really hard to sneak out in broad daylight against the white snow. So we're just going to have to take these guys on head on. And I have Mehrunes Razor equipped. The stacking poison damage that it does should help with the frost trolls regeneration. I think they also affect the ice wraiths too, so living enemies, Mehrunes Razor is the way to go for them. Caladran's weekend is good so far. I was going to play Starfield but got lazy. Ah, too lazy to play Starfield. Wow, you must be having a great weekend. Kinda jealous. That is not a frost troll, that's just a goat. The goat's eyes and the goat's heart are things that I could use in alchemical ingredients, but yeah, we'll live and let live here. The goat seems to be more immune to the weather than I do. Oh, there's the ice wraith that I was talking about there. Come on. Okay, let's conserve our stamina. The ice wraiths will sap that really quick with the frost damage that they do. I cannot see this guy at all. Let's switch over to our spirit storm here. Seems like the ice wraith is hung up. Yeah, that thing's really strong. If I could get dragons with this thing to stay still long enough to get caught in the storm, let's see, then maybe this would be a good ranged option. But in my experience with dragons so far, can't find that pile. Which, like, oh, there it is, barely visible. But in my experience so far, dragons don't seem to want to stay put long enough to be in the line of fire of that thing for very long. I feel bad if being lazy for long. Yeah, no, I think we all do. We all have to be useful or productive in some way, otherwise, you know, that kind of thing can, if you're just sitting listless and useless for too long, you're gonna start feeling depressed, I think. I think that's just human nature. Ooh, got me good there. Maybe with a quick shot. There we go. We'll take his blood, we'll take his pelt, and we'll take his ingredients. I'm gonna search him, I'm gonna leave him his skull and any of the bones that we got from him. Just take up too much space, and they're not useful enough for me. Now, if I were an archer, I'd be keeping the bones for arrows. As it is, I only need the alchemical ingredients in his blood for different potions. The real reason is my stream that you don't want to play Starfield? Aw, well, that's sweet. Thank you. I'm still loving Starfield. Bums me out that it's still getting so much hate, you know? Right now, I'm just having fun. Well, I'm on New Game Plus 10, so I'm like, this is the universe that I'm gonna settle down in. Oop, there's 2 ice raids, huh? All right, let's see if we have any kind of resist shock, draft of the healer. Vigorous healing. We'll take some vegetable soup just to recharge our stamina as needed. Let's do some resist frost. We'll do some regeneration. Pump up our health a little bit here. I don't want to, because I think we're gonna... Oh no, we have to go find the Elder Scroll first. I was gonna say, I think we're gonna have to fight Alduin here soon, and I want to keep some things around for him. But that's not true. We still gotta chase that Elder Scroll around first. Alright, is there anything I can do? Do I have a fire shout? That might help. I do not. Not yet. I'm going to learn it with Parthenax up here. What can I use? Armageddon, maybe. Reaches out to the star. Yeah, no, that's going to be too clunky, too inefficient. Curse, maybe? Your Thum briefly condemns your enemies to suffer the physical or mystical pains they inflict. Nah. Earthquake, Phantom Decoy. Phantom Decoy might actually help. This might be the one I need. Or Unrelenting Force. Yeah, let's try Phantom Decoy. This one might actually be a good one to have in the toolkit permanently anyway, because it is kind of a shamanistic, a spirit shaman type thing. Okay, there goes one. Got one left. You gonna take a shot at me, buddy? Ooh, he's hard to hit. Okay. Can't access this ice pile. Well, that's too bad. I would really like to get the ice wraith teeth out of there. Ooh, that's a good one. That's way better than the one that I have, I think. Nordic Orichalcum Light Shield versus the Viking Shield at 52. Okay, no. But I think I can improve this to be better than what the Viking Shield is doing. kind of go with the outfit I have going right now too. Okay, clear skies back up. Hey, Hybrid Avenger. Not bad, not bad. How are you doing?
Look.
Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Finally got some sleep last night after the previous 2 days haven't slept. Yeah, I mean, I struggle with insomnia myself. I actually try to go to bed at a decent time, but it just doesn't always work, right? I've done everything right. It's like I've limited caffeine in the afternoon, so I'm not caffeinated when I go to bed. It's like I turn all the colors off on my screen. It's almost impossible to like not get screen time these days before bed, but if you can limit the blue lights coming out of it, that helps sometimes. Or if you're like watching TV, it's fine if you're like far enough away from the TV. I take vitamin D at a certain time in the day so that it kicks in with the melatonin production later on in the evening. I've tried all kinds of different pillows, all kinds of different bedding, and sometimes you just have insomnia. There's just not much you're going to be able to do about it. But yeah, after not sleeping well throughout the week, I did finally sleep well last night.
Look.
Or at least better than I have been, so I'll take that. So I feel your bliss there, Frost Priestess. No, I think I called you Frost Princess earlier. Sorry, Frost Priestess. Subtle difference. Wow. Oh, look at the Todd rays. I like it.
Dremyolok, greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax.
He kind of interrupts you like after you give away some of your purpose, and then he like brings it up later and acts like he just knew that's why you were coming anyway, like he's psychic or something. Parthenax. Dragons playing dragon games, dragon mind games. I think you already know who I am.
Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me.
The Viking shield does look baller.
I held Tinvok with a stranger.
There's gonna come a point though where I need to replace it with something else. Probably around level 50 or so when enemies start getting real tough. Won't be here long finishing up a movie that I started last night. Oh, awesome. Something you're gonna put up on YouTube? Or are you finishing up a movie that you started watching last night? It's going good? That's good. Gotta get a pair of blue blockers as seen on TV. Yeah, right? And those are stylish too. Those are like the best looking sunglasses I've ever seen. Okay, I need to learn Dragon Rend.
Drem.
And this is where I tip my hand, and later he says, I guess you're looking for Dragon Rend, huh? And I'm like, how did you know?
At the first meeting of
Dragonborn's short-term memory in this game is not great.
By long tradition, the elder speaks first. Hear my
Here's the time wound.
Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin.
Feel it in your boner. Yeah, we're not here for that kind of talk.
Why do you intrude here
Parthy.
if not for Tinvok?
Not that kind of Tinvok.
A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand fire as the Dove do.
What do you think this this Thuum knowledge smells like? Because they kind of look like vapor trails that might stink a little bit depending on who they're coming from.
Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova.
Smells like power. Okay, fire breath. Chew.
Ah, yes. Sosedo Vlastmul, the dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a jaw, mortal. Even for one of Dovasos.
Haven't done my shoulder stretches yet today.
What
Getting a
would
little
you
achy.
ask of me?
Might have to take a quick break for some ibuprofen, I think. We'll see how it goes. Can you teach me the Dragon Wren shout? Vampire's Dr. Jonathan Reed gives the Dovahkiin real competition when it comes to short-term memory loss. I have not played that game yet. It's on my backlog, I think. Actually, I'm not sure if I bought it. It might be on my wish list, though.
You seek your weapon against Alduin.
How did you know I came for Dragon Rend? Okay, Greybeards didn't want me to come at all.
Yes. They are very protective of me. Bachlan
Is Dr. Jonathan Reed the guy you play as like the main character?
But I do not know
In Vampire?
the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be.
Seemed like a really
known
interesting
to
game.
me. Your kind, Jaw,
Putting the,
mortals, created it as a
Western
weapon
RPG
against the Dove,
Treatment
the
into a
dragons,
vampire game? I'm down for it.
Our Hadrime.
Hey,
our
Boone23,
minds
welcome, welcome.
Cannot even
Karn 114,
comprehend
yes
its
indeed.
concepts.
DD is, love that game, nice. I'm looking forward to playing it. Oh, Caladran is one of those that, yeah, I've played a lot of games and haven't finished. Some of them I plan on going back to, some of them I do not.
First, a question
Like
for
Greedfall.
you.
I remember
Why
when
do you
Greedfall
want
came out
to
and there were a
learn
few of
this
us on the
Thum?
Discords that all started playing it at the same time and then we all kind of just fell off of it. We greed fell off of Greedfall. I just need to stop Alduin.
Yes.
As a shaman,
Alduin,
I value fate
Zeba,
and destiny.
The elder
and things that have been,
gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is
imparted
so
to me as
often
being
the
my fate and
case with
destiny by
firstborn.
certain seers
But
and oracles.
Why must you stop?
Just don't like the controls in that one? Okay. I didn't mind the controls, it wasn't really compelling me. It felt like, felt a lot like The Witcher 2, I think. But the world that it was in just wasn't as compelling to me. So I don't think I'll be going back to it. There are other things in the backlog that I need to spend my time on. I thought it was good enough. Have you ever played picking only the most rude answers? I have in Fallout 4. Fallout 4 had that one button in the dialogue options that was just pure sarcasm, and that was hilarious. That was the most fun I've had in a playthrough in that game. This one is fun too, doing it that way, but Fallout 4 you get a better, it's more, the sarcasm is heavier, I think. Prophecy says that only the Dragonborn can stop him. Yeah, like as I said, as a shaman, he's very respectful of prophecy and destiny and fate.
Tells what may be.
You enjoyed Outer Worlds quite a bit. That's another one that I bounced off of, and I don't plan on going back to. Personally, not to say that it's a bad game or anything. I think it was actually a good game. It's just personally for me, not what I look for in a game. And in fact, like Obsidian games in general are ones that I struggle to stay on for a while.
Nothing but a plaything of Des, of fate.
I didn't come here to debate philosophy with you. What better reason to act than to fulfill my destiny? Yeah.
If you can see your destiny clearly, your sight is clearer.
Yeah,
than
Outer
mine.
Worlds, I don't have much bad to say about it other than it's just...
Alduin also
To me, it's
follows
like a
his
BGS
destiny
game,
as he
but
sees
they
it.
focus on the things that don't matter as much to me about
I
BGS
bow
games,
before your
which are the
certainty.
exploration,
In a
sort of
way,
open-ended
I
combat and
envy
gameplay,
you.
and
The
you know,
curse of much knowledge
different play styles
is
that you can fiddle around with. And there tends to be
But you
a
have
stronger
indulged
main
my
story
weakness for
presence in
speech long enough.
BGS games as opposed to Obsidian games.
Croesus.
Obsidian games tend to be more wide open, which I think is why a lot of people prefer Obsidian to BGS, but I'm kind of the other way around. I like a more classic video game experience, and BGS provides that more so than Obsidian does, in my opinion. But yeah, I played Outer Worlds 10 hours 2 different times, and I didn't feel compelled to go back to it. The world building was great. I think the dialogue was awesome. The characters that they wrote were great. It's just the exploration and the combat it didn't hook me, and I couldn't get back into it. Haven't played any game but Skyrim in 3 years, and didn't think that was even possible. Yeah, no, I played a lot of other games too. Let's see. I never thought about it. You said you were going to answer my question.
Patience.
No patience. I got a dragon trying to kill me and the rest of the world. If there's any call for impatience, it's right now.
This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Sokravakstruma.
So yeah, Skyrim is one of those games. If no other game existed, I would be happy playing Skyrim for several hours a week for the rest of eternity. As long as I have access to mods, as long as the modding community stayed the way it was, and you know we can change the game to match what we prefer, what we know we prefer in a video game, then yes, I could play Skyrim forever and not really get bored of it.
Alduin was not truly defeated either.
I'm hoping Avowed is going to be good, but haven't been impressed with what I've seen so far. Yeah, Avowed to me just looks like Outer Worlds in a fantasy world. So I'm not too excited for it either. I'm excited for people who are excited for it, though. What turned me off about it was like when they started showing the combat stuff with like the dual wielding stuff. It looked cool, but the combat looked like it was a VR game, right? Like it all looked very like kind of sterile. The enemies aren't doing much, and you have that weird dual wielding gimmick where it looked like you're holding a VR controller in each hand. I don't know. It looked very, very double A. It looked more double A than Outer Worlds did, for sure. In comparison to the stuff the other stuff that's coming out today. You saying the ancient Nords sent Alduin forward in time?
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost.
I was so sure that I would play RDR2 in Diablo 4 and Starfield, but nope, RDR2 is still the strongest candidate. I haven't played that one. Diablo 4 I'm still playing now and then, just not as often as I am other things. Starfield is far from everybody's cup of tea, but Starfield hit me right where I needed it to hit. It hit my gaming G-spot. I'll be playing Starfield for a very long time, I think. Not everybody was happy with it, but I was very happy with it. And oddly enough, I'm not actually very happy with their last big update. I think they fixed a lot of bugs, but there were bugs that I wasn't experiencing myself, so they fixed a lot of things that don't really affect me. The graphics improvements look nice, but what I really wanted were some animation improvements for third person. There were some animation bugs where your head gets stuck to the left, animation bugs that kind of keep you from aiming down sights and also interacting with the environment, like you can't go up ladders or access crafting benches and things like that when you try to activate them from third person view, and that does not seem to have been addressed. Yes, indeed. You can quote me on that. G-Spot stands for gaming spot. The G-Spot is a myth.
Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years.
Just because some of us haven't found it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
You are likely better informed than I.
So happy Starfield could do that for you, and we'll get better and better with the mods. Yeah, and expansions. The mods I'm kind of pushing out till a someday type thing. I want to at least get through the first DLC before I start looking into mods. I already have ideas for what I'm looking for in mods. And it isn't much, actually. It's just kind of some minor tweaks that I'm hoping BGS can do on its own. but I don't have faith of that. But I am very much looking forward to the DLC. And I really want them to start adding in some, sorry. And I really want to start adding in some, I want them to start adding in some quality of life mods, and I think that's why I was so disappointed with the last update, where it had a bunch of fixes and graphical improvements, but no quality of life stuff, which is what the game really, really needs. That's what people are asking them to do. I'm just hoping it's taken a little while for them to enter the player feedback into their development pipeline, and hopefully we'll see some of it addressed. You've searched hard for it. Good.
It is enough for me.
Well, at least that game is the exploration is actually fun, unlike the Outer Worlds. It's the Inner Worlds. I wanted Starfield to be an open world space game, and found out it was not. I didn't want to start playing. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it didn't match up with a lot of people's expectations. I didn't have a lot of expectations going in. I just wanted to experience the game for what it was. The fast travel part didn't bother me too much, but it did bother a lot of people, and I can kind of understand why. Personally, I don't want to do space travel if I can't fast travel. Right? Yeah, and it's not real. It's probably okay. It's weird because Starfield is both. It has the largest open worlds of any BGS game, but it doesn't really have any open worlds, right? And what I'm talking to is these exploration areas. All the loading screens can be a little infuriating. Fime, I think, is the one that I need. Foos, Fime.
Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the dove.
I don't really want to do slow travel from planet to planet. That's going to be extremely boring, unless you can make it fun somehow with little random events that pop up. Random encounters, but there would have to be a lot of them. But eventually you're going to have to fast travel from planet to planet. Now, once you're on a planet, those exploration areas that you get, those are something like, I think it was something ridiculous, like 15 times the size of Skyrim or something. It might be something smaller, like 5 times the Skyrim or size of Skyrim or something like that. But those exploration areas are ridiculously huge. I personally, I've played the game for, it's getting close to 400 hours now, and I have not run into an invisible wall out exploring a planet yet. The problem is that those exploration areas are they're very empty. So I'm hoping that at some point they can increase the density of those points of interest that you randomly encounter when you're exploring planets. I need more of them, and I need them to be more varied. Those complaints I get, they don't bother me so much because there are ways to kind of skip that through Radiant quests. You can go get bounties and do jobs for other people, and then they will point you exactly where there's going to be a point of interest with high enemy density and lots of loot that you can go do, and then you go back to your kiosk and find another one on another planet and just skip the whole exploration part if you want. And that's fine for me because I don't mind a repetitive grind as long as that grind is enjoyable, right? But yes, if you were expecting an open world space game, this is not very open world. Like even New Atlantis wasn't really open world. There are certain places that are very difficult, maybe not impossible to get to without fast traveling on that train or whatever. But yeah, definitely not ideal. I get it. And yeah, the loading screens can be a little infuriating. They can take you out of some immersion, right? But how many loading screens did I just go through on Skyrim here? Now, part of that was my fault for fast traveling back down the throat of the world instead of just walking down it, but there's a load screen through that door. There are about to be a lot more. I don't know. For me, I'm not as averse to fast traveling in Skyrim as a lot of people are. I do realize that you miss a lot of things.
So, you spoke
In the process. But if you're constantly rehashing terrain over and over again, then I'm just gonna fast travel. I don't care, and that's a loading screen right there, right? And then these days, I mean, it requires an SSD, right? So storage is so fast these days that those loading screens, they don't take very long anymore. It's not like Skyrim LE on a slow hard drive or Fallout 4, even on a fast hard drive, right? It loads up really quickly.
The gods themselves would
All the loading screens. If I was a modder, I would try and get something like the Borg or the Dominion. Yeah, that'd be cool. And I'm sure we'll see all kinds of stuff like Star Wars inspired stuff.
They may be able to tell you something about the
In fact, I think Starfield is extremely Star Wars inspired. It almost doesn't need mods to be able to recreate Star Wars stuff in it. But I'm sure we'll see Star Wars, Star Trek, Dune, all the spacey sci-fi stuff.
Such blasphemies are the calling of mages.
We're gonna see all
not
that.
Followers of the way. Take your question to the college.
Probably already have a lot on Nexus. Yep.
They may be able to help.
I haven't looked at it yet. I'm still exploring the game. I played Skyrim for hundreds and hundreds of hours before I started getting into modding too. But modding is why I'm still playing Skyrim. Oh, yeah, I'm out of money. I've paid some trainers a lot of money at this point because of my level right now. So I'm trying to see if they can point me in the direction of another word wall here. Doesn't seem to have the option. That's fine.
Breath and focus.
Okay, what are we doing? Elder knowledge object. Learn the location. Talk to Esbern or talk to... Did I not just talk to you about this? How come you're not pointing me at the...
Such blasphemies are the calling of mages, not follow.
Mages,
Take
okay.
your question to the College of Winterhold.
College of Winterhold,
They
here
may
we
be
go.
able to help you.
I guess if I wasn't making videos, I would have long stopped playing Skyrim, especially vanilla. So yeah, I was kind of over Skyrim vanilla, and then I found two channels on YouTube. One was Sorcerer Dave, and it's not because of a Skyrim Let's Play that I saw of his. It was actually an Oblivion Let's Play, and that was my first exposure to what role-playing in BGS games, actually uniquely BGS games could be like. How to get the most out of the game, really. Wow, look at that skyline. It's pretty. How to get the most out of the game, and by just slowing it down and getting into the headspace of your character. And he was like, he was really exploring the headspace of his character. Like, oh, I think he is tired today, so he's gonna sleep in a little bit, and he woke up a little bit groggy, so now we're gonna have some coffee. And he would just sit in the inn and like reflect on things that happened earlier on in the playthrough, and where he might want to go with the character without thinking, oh, I want to, you know, level these skills. I want to go do this dungeon so I can get this artifact. He was more thinking about his character's state of mind, his character's state of body, what he was feeling, what he was thinking, and then playing from there, and not doing the whole metagaming thing. And that really opened up like the third eye in my head. It was like, whoa, that's how you play these games. And then shortly after that, I found Couch Warriors channel. And that guy took roleplay and storytelling in Skyrim to a whole new level. A crazy amount that people have come close to replicating, but haven't really quite hit yet, except for maybe EJ. The grand scale of the things that he does on his channel is just absolutely mind-boggling, with keeping track of so many different characters and interacting between them all and everything, and maintaining the storylines, individual storylines of these characters has been really incredible too. So those are all people that I use for inspiration and motivation to keep playing Skyrim, for sure. And with the things that I've learned from them, it's like, okay, now I have an infinite amount of things to do in Skyrim, and I'll probably never stop playing this game, even when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, honestly. And that's less because of, you know, I'm stuck in the past, and more because of, I'm not sure if I want, I love Starfield, and I think Starfield is a great game. Some people say like Starfield's a good game, but it's not great. I think it is great on its own accord. Maybe not compared to other BGS games, if that's like what you wanted. So I can see how maybe you didn't think it was great then, but I think for what it is and what BGS was trying to do with the game, I think it turned out really good. But I don't want an Elder Scrolls 6 if it's going to be like Skyrim or like a Starfield, right? Starfield is a lot like Fallout 4. And I want Elder Scrolls 6 to be more like Skyrim. If Elder Scrolls 6 comes out and it's like Starfield, where they kind of bin a whole lot of the parts of the Skyrim that we love, like, you know, I can walk from one end of the map to the other, and it's dense and it's handcrafted. Every single place tells a little bit of a story. Like, even just these steps that I'm going down slowly, these are the 7,000 steps. And there's lore about these stairs. There's lore about all of this. There are stories here in Iverstead. It's all very lovingly crafted by hand, except for the terrain, which probably had a lot of AI procedural generation even back then to help them out, just to get the terrain working correctly. But yeah, that's probably another main complaint, is just the procedural generation just is a little heavy-handed in Starfield. And all of these, I do have complaints about Starfield, right? But it doesn't stop me from loving it. You can love something that's flawed if it hits you just right. Fallout 4 has to be one of my favorite titles. The stability is what holds it back. Yeah, and even that can be fixed with mods a little bit. It can be mitigated, not eliminated, but yeah, downtown Boston is still, like, even on my 4090, I have a high-powered 10-core CPU running at 4.8 gigahertz. Even with all of that, and 64 gigs of RAM, even with all that, I still can't hit 60 consistently in downtown Boston, even with all the FPS fix mods and everything. So yeah, that's a very flawed title, but another one that I loved. Such a cool approach. Yeah, that like really opened my eyes. And so I try to introduce that level of roleplay into each one of these characters. I don't always pull it off quite right, because I'm just like you. It's like I'm creating videos on these things. I can't spend that long on each character to get that in depth on the roleplay, but I can think about it and kind of integrate it a little bit, and at least mention it and have a little section of it on the build guide when I put these things out. Love Couch Warrior. Yeah, me too, man. It has been years since I last used the 700 steps up or downward. Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of like the fast travel thing. So that's kind of like my question, is like, a lot of people are,
I think I saw it again.
upset with the fast travel / loading screens in Starfield, but they're okay with it in Skyrim.
I told you to keep away from
I don't know.
there.
Maybe it's because
sorry. I
Skyrim
was
does have
curious.
stuff to do
I
in
didn't
between
believe the
if you
stories.
don't want to fast
I won't
travel,
go over
but
there ever again.
Starfield, there's not really
See
much
that
in
you don't.
between.
I promise
2
to
points
keep
of interest.
you safe, and I'm not going to break my word.
A Shaman Assassin, unusual class combo. Yeah, it's one of my favorites in a while, though. Hail and well met. You too, Ghost
I heard
57.
Tamba yelling at you
Oh,
yesterday.
you are doing well, having
Why
a good
did you
start
let
to your
her
weekend.
treat you like that?
If you
Skyrim is my opiate of choice. Yeah, me too. If I'm
Perhaps.
If I just need some
But
comfort
abuse is
food,
abuse.
it's Skyrim for
I
sure.
don't think I could stand it.
There's much more to worry about.
Not
in
using
life.
fast travel, using shortcuts. Ah, so you go turn ethereal and then whirlwind sprint off the throat of the mountain and land in Iverstead. No, I get you. I get you. You can scale the mountain like a mountain goat too.
Have you spoken to fast?
Ah, you always play survival and there's no fast travel. I see.
If I could sweep her away from here tomorrow, I'd do it. But Klimek still has so much to learn.
Klimek is doing just fine. You should follow your heart. Perhaps one
Okay, what are we
but
doing
not
here?
today.
Yeah, survival mode to me is just a little bit tedious. I like the character building aspect and I like the roleplay aspect, but the survival aspect, it gets a little heavy-handed to me, especially like when it comes to like weather and making sure that you're wearing. It starts to like restrict you. That's the thing that I don't like. I don't like heavy-handed restrictions. I like a game that's wide open. Let me do whatever I want to a certain degree. I like things like I need, even though I have that disabled for now because I'm trying to get the build guide out. But I like things like I need because that connects you to the world a little bit more
Told you to keep away from
in terms
there.
of like time scale and things like that.
I was curious.
But in terms of weather exposure, it's like if I need to go from point A to point B,
See that you
but
don't.
I'm slowly dying in the
promise to keep
process
you
because
safe,
it's too cold,
and I'm
then
not
it's like
going to break my
that
word.
just isn't fun to me. It might be in certain like playthroughs if I'm focusing on it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a survival playthrough, I'm in the mood for it. I might be okay with it, but yeah, me personally, I want to move a little faster than that. And that's after I've just gotten done talking about how slowing down during your roleplay can really open up a lot of ways to play. I love that I cannot swim in cold water. That's a thing that I have to like roleplay a lot too. Is like sometimes I'll take a resist frost potion before I jump into cold water, even though I don't have to. What the hell am I doing here? Am I doing anything here? I think I just came into the inn just to relax and talk. Okay, so it's almost dark. We need to make it to the College of Winterhold to find out where we can find an Elder Scroll. Find survival mode to be too against the character. Yeah, I mean, some people like that though. Some people are hungry for a challenge. Which I think people are... There's going to be a nice little surge back to Starfield when an official survival mode drops for that, because I think a lot of people who have played that game and found it too easy are starving for more of a challenge in that game, and once they get it, they might be happier with it. Whoa! Ouch! Ouch! Okay. Where the hell you came? Ouch! Okay. Wow, he came out of nowhere. Holy shnikes. That hurt. I love that it's too cold at the throat of the world to survive the fight with Alduin without a fire source or hot food. Yeah. And that's the difference between your tastes and my tastes, I think. That does not sound like a great time to me. It's like, there's a dragon? Let me fight the dragon. I don't want to fight the weather and the dragon. But that's why a game like Skyrim is great. You can create your own challenges, right? Especially with mods. But even without mods, you have all those options already. Survival mode was something that was given to everybody as part of the AE update for free. So don't say BGS never gave you anything. Along with the fishing, I have gripes about the implementation of fishing, but I'm glad it's there. And there is some great gear that you can get. There's some awesome rings and stuff that you can get from the fishing creation and the quest that it gives you. Oh, we got a wisp. Okay. Let's do a quick save here. Switch back to our shock dagger. Don't think that Mehrunes' razor is going to affect the Wisp Mother much. Ooh! Out of stamina. Oh my god. Still slowed from the ice there. Ouch. Okay. Trying to find some cover from the wisp, or from the Wisp Mother. Whew. All right, let's see if the ward is strong enough to stop him. Nope. Bloom on this guy is rough. Hung up on nothing. Gotta love that about Skyrim. There's like a pebble or a piece of geometry, and it causes you to stop moving for, you know. Whew. That was rough. Yikesies. Just wait until she makes a bunch. Yeah. Yeah, I think the stream lag here caught up with you. Yeah, that was tough. We were able to beat her just as she was popping out duplicates, and at least I was able to see which one was the real one in that case. She only needed a few more whacks. I'd like to find some more glow dust here. I don't know where those wisps went off to, and I don't know how to find them. At this point, I will take some Canis root though. Paralysis poison. Did manage to find one of them. I think there are usually 3 wisps, right? And I thought that I had attacked one of them here, one of them down this hill a little bit, and then one of them up against this rock. But the problem is we're on a slope, so that those wisp shells are just gonna roll right down here somewhere, and then maybe into the river. We'll never see them. Oh wait, I think I see one right there, actually. Look at that. My keen eye has not left me yet, other than, you know, my eyesight is not great. I have to wear corrective lenses, but still pick out a detail or two. I think I have gaming into my 40s to thank for that. My vision may not be as sharp as it always was, but my eye is still keen. As are my reactions, for the most part. Okay. Now, where the hell is my damn horse? Ophelia, where'd you go? Strudel! Welcome, welcome. So hard to get Google to recognize that I exist? Okay. Well, you know, sometimes that's a good thing, right? Sometimes I relish the days where I did not have a smartphone and was not reachable at all times. It was, at some points, it was cause for anxiety, you know, if you didn't know like where your loved ones were, or your loved ones didn't know where you were and you haven't talked to them for a few hours. But for the most part, everything was okay, right? And you weren't constantly connected to the horrors of the world, which was a huge plus. But anyway, kind of went on a tangent there. Is that a spider? Yes. All right, a-hole. Oh. Okay. Get out of here. And we'll go ahead and chop up the goat. Nothing if not an opportunist. There's my horse. Have a second account set up on this machine so that I can keep my second MO2 setup siloed. But of course, I can't get to anything without re-verifying myself. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I don't actually remember the last time I signed into YouTube. Their authentication tokens are strong. But it's also why, you know, Linus Tech Tips keeps getting hacked, because somebody gets a hold of that authentication token that never expires, and they just have all access to your YouTube account. So it's actually a good thing to sign off every now and then. Excuse me. What is this madness? Let's see here. You can travel there with a carriage. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. Thankfully, Alduin likes to flame breath you. Yeah, that'll keep you warm in survival mode. I'm neither a BGS or a Todd Howard hater, but it's lonely in my spot. Yeah, no, right? They're so easy. Well, Todd himself is so easy to hate because he's so charismatic, and he presents his things with such confidence that, and sometimes they fall short, like completely flat. Like the 16 times the detail, or it just works. But he puts out great games for the most part, in my opinion anyway. They're still good. Fallout 76 was kind of a stinker, but they have since fixed that, and he has had like limited input in that game since the beginning anyway. He later said he wasn't like, I don't think he was creative director for that game actually. He was just on there as a producer. Starfield is probably his least critically acclaimed game, but also his highest selling game. So, indeed, I've not fought Alduin in survival mode yet. I have to actually survive to get to him. Yeah, and you play a lot of permadeath too. Kind of a glutton for punishment is Macadamia. Just wait until she makes a bunch of duplicates of herself. Yeah, we got there. We dealt with it. I find killing the Wisp Mother is best way to keep away from her. Yeah, for sure. They are very fast, and they have those ice spikes, which will track you down for a long ways. That's for sure. They have some range. They move fast. Wisp Mothers are really great Skyrim monsters. They could have made them even harder, I think, because they are so rare. Yeah, and actually, I don't know if you have any experience with the interesting NPCs mod, Boone, but there is actually a Wisp Mother in the Whiterun dungeons, like underneath the dungeons in the sewer, that you can actually have dialogue with her, and she goes through like the process of what happened to her. To become a Wisp Mother. It's actually pretty cool. None of it's canon, I don't think, but it was still a really cool addition, in my opinion. Some ball-looking object. Yeah, we found a couple of them. Didn't get all. I think there's one missing, but I'm okay with that. Getting serious lag? There must be a storm between you and my location. Could be. I have 0 dropped frames. Yeah, from my end, everything is rock solid. 0 dropped frames for the last, what's my uptime? About an hour now. So yeah, it's something between you and me and YouTube. I think the possibilities of modern technology brings are awesome, but it's truly hard to find the right balance to enjoy life as it was without it. Yeah, you really have to go out of your way to get out of the way of technology, for sure. But it can happen. You just have to be disciplined about it. And can I remember those passwords? Nope, absolutely. Still use rotary dial phones with a multi-party line. Yeah. Kind of a glutton for punishment is a very kind way of putting it. Yep. Masochist Doroth. Masochist Sadamia. Trying to find the portmanteau for it. Now, you really shouldn't be riding your horse down a steep hill like this. I think it's a very good way to injure both yourself and the horse. But this is Skyrim. We can go almost vertically in either direction and we'll both be fine. Something much more suited for a slower, more sure-footed animal like a mule. Or a donkey, I suppose. I've been called the master of masochism before. I cherish that title. Sounds kind of kinky, but also kind of awesome. Okay, we have a mage battle around here somewhere. I don't want to tip them off. I might be able to speed past them on the horse, but we're still kind of up off ground level a little bit with the cliff face the way it is. I don't want to lead Philia off a cliff somewhere and kill us both, you know? Trying to scan the countryside for movement. I heard the fireballs. Don't see anything though. No splashes of light. Stop here, use our senses to see if we can hear or smell anything that we can't see. Now with the sound, with the booming sound, as large as the sound was, and as loud as it was, and it's echoing off all the rocks and the canyons and everything, it was very hard to detect where that sound was coming from. So I'm trying to keep my head on a swivel here. We are at level 46 right now, very close to level 47. Ooh, is that a person right there? I think it is. Or is my eyes playing tricks on me? Maybe a vampire because it's not showing up in my... Yeah, that's definitely a person, but I can't sense them. I can only see them. What is this? Fire wizard, huh? I don't like that. Probably a frost wizard over here somewhere. Now that he's dead, he's showing up on my senses. Okay. Well, alright. Being cautious was the right thing to do there, I think. Here's the ice wizard. Conjure flame atronach, huh? Alright, Philia, I think the coast is clear. My Skyrim looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. This is actually... I think this is a pre-pandemic build. Modding build. Pre-pandemic version of the Nulvis guide. Yeah, it's still holding up really well. Performance is good. Looking into the direction of Fort Amal, though, this is a known FPS sink right here. So it's funny that when it's like you look in that direction, the FPS goes down to, you know, around 60, and then you look in the other direction, it's way up above 100. So bad at traversing Skyrim, which is why you never see me on horseback. Horses don't survive me. Dense forests, tall grass, very nice. Yeah, it makes it hard to find things on the ground every once in a while, but I like the way it looks for sure. And there are newer versions of E&B than what I'm running. It's, as I said, it's a few years old, the versions of everything that I'm running, that actually deforms the grass as you walk past it. So the grass moves as you brush alongside it. Very cool look for sure. Okay, let's see here. I don't want to tangle. Have I already cleared Fort Emal? I've discovered it. I don't really want to tangle with all those mages there. So let's turn around, and then we'll turn right at the fork, and then we'll just try to speed past the fort, get over this bridge, and then we'll be well on our way to Windhelm, and then the College of Winterhold after that. Now, there are some bears and spiders and some other wildlife that you are likely to encounter on this road. It's not the quietest of roads, for sure. Not anything that we can't handle, for sure, but I think I just said for sure like 7 times. I for sure said for sure like 7 times. It's actually a warm one here today in sunny Scottsdale, AZ. Got a high of 73. It dipped into the 40s. This is all Fahrenheit for my European friends, by the way. It dipped into the 40s last night, so it got pretty cold, especially for the desert when there's no like moisture. The air is all dry, so there's nothing keeping the warmth in. It all just escapes into the atmosphere. So, you know, 30 degree plus shift from morning to night. And I'm starting to feel it a little bit here. I think I need to turn. Ooh, that's a big old dragon over there. Let's see if we can avoid that dragon until we have Dragon Rend. Yeah, the whole reason we're focusing on the main quest line right now is to unlock Dragon Rend, because in the last 2 weeks ago now, so 2 streams ago, we had some issues fighting dragons. Our ranged capabilities are very limited. We have Spirit Storm from the Shaman Triumvirate archetype, which is very powerful, but it's also very slow moving. And so by the time that it makes it to wherever the dragon is hovering, the dragon kind of like gets bored and moves to a different position. So that's been rough. We have the Avenging Wraith, Aunt Mildred, but she tends to be very cowardly. Okay, what's going on over here? I don't like the Ice Mage. That does not make me happy. I don't know who the heck is fighting these guys. Are you friend or foe? He's a mercenary warrior, and that's probably a mercenary pyromancer or somebody else up there. Okay. They were friend. Or at least indifferent acquaintances. And I still have like Starfield controls programmed into my fingers at this point. It's a little annoying. How's my encumbrance doing? Not too shabby. You can deal with that. The goat horns I can use for Hearthfire stuff when the time comes. Hearthfire is a nice little end game addition. Like, you know, once you're super high powered and you don't have anything else to spend your money on, it's like you have all your end game enchanted gear that's super strong. Hearthfire is a good way to spend time and amassed wealth in the game, with mods or not. It imparts such like with the greenhouse stuff, especially, it gives you such a nice like actual usable tool in endgame content. If you're any kind of alchemist at all, being able to plant exactly the kind of ingredients that you need for, you know, paralysis poisons. What the hell is... Oh, zombies. Okay, he's taking his time getting off of there. Alright, these guys can be tough. Especially at this level, malignant zombies. At least we have some trolls helping us out this time. Okay, and we have the mercenary warrior that, you know, maybe we slow down and just ride this guy's coattails a little bit. He seems pretty strong. Ooh, okay. Almost got me. Wow, that guy had some reach on that mace. Okay, there goes one down. No more trolls. Let's get an undying ghost out here. Let's try to take these guys out.
I'll show you a real fight.
Well, the malignant zombies are the tough ones.
Oh well, must have run off.
Oh, well done, friend. Okay. Ooh, spectral missiles. I don't have this one yet. This actually could help against dragons. The spectral stuff is an illusion spell, and since my refresh of the shaman, I do have access to illusion, so that could actually help us. Phoenix Strike is one that I'm always looking for with certain characters and never finding, and the ones that I don't need Phoenix Strike for is the ones that I always find it for. I think I'm still looking for, not Spectral Shroud, it's the other one. It's the one that actually gives you armor, like Spectral Armor or something like that. I can just do a quick save here just so I can... I don't have to do that fight again because that was not the easiest thing. It was a Mystic, I believe. Arcane Weapon, Discord, no. Cursed Rune, Phantom Shroud. No, that's the one that I've been using. Phantom Armor, this is the one. I have not found that one yet. I don't think. I believe that's a power, not a spell. Yeah, I do not have that one yet. Okay, where's the horse? Way too bright with the light, way too dark without it. Gotta love it. Millie, yes, Aunt Mildred. I keep trying to use BG3 controls in my Skyrim and turning things off. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm doing the same thing. Let me catch up here. Things I'm still learning 12 years later. Yeah, this game goes deep, especially with modding. It's super easy to get lost in detail with modding. It absolutely is. I would say most of us who have done a lot of modding have had a lot more experience failing at it than we've had actually getting things that we like. And that's why I've been using the same list for like 3 years now. You're supposed to get up to 59 today? Nice. And then next week you're going to be down into -10. I'm sure that's how it's been going lately. Speaking of that FPS sync at Fort Amal, that is... Oh, you didn't know about that one? Yeah, that's one of the main... There's the one that everybody knows about on top of... Or like on the stairs of Whiterun to the palace. And then looking down into the city. That's a huge FPS sync. But Fort Amal is another one. It's, I think, sometimes worse depending on the situation. Germany is about 1.2 times bigger than Arizona and 14 times as many people. Yeah, we're pretty spread out here. For a while, we were the Phoenix anyway. The metropolitan area of Arizona was the fastest growing city in the country. I I don't know if that's held up, but our cost of living here tends to be lower than more populated places in California and Texas, so we get a lot of transplants from specifically California because property values are so much lower here that you can get like a very nice house with a good amount of land for a fraction of the cost of the same thing in many places of California. And a lot of people come here from all over the Southwest for some tech schools and stuff that we have, a couple universities that we have, and the cost of living here is just better than wherever they came from. And we do have some tech presence here, so a lot of people have stayed. So we do tend to get more of an inflow of people than we do outflow of people. But yeah, Germany's been around a lot longer than Arizona has, for sure. Like a lot longer. In terms of civilization, anyway. Hey, there's Silent Echo. Welcome, welcome. Sorry it took me so long to get to you. I've been trying to catch up on chat here. Xbox modding is so janky. Never can get it perfect. Oh yeah, Xbox modding is a whole other ball of wax. Always some weird skeleton movements with Elden Ring combo mods. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the Elden Ring like animation combat mods and stuff like that, they're gonna be janky. They'll get better with time for sure. Oh, we have new horse equipment available too. Wonder what that is. We'll have to look. Yeah, it's always gonna be janky. It's gonna get better and it's gonna continue to get better, but it's never gonna be like as smooth and fluid and functional as it is in the actual Souls games, right? The games that actually have been developed that way natively. Oh, Kine wants me to kill this thing. It's a rabbit. Good thing Wind isn't here. Yeah, Kine is pleased with that, and so is Magus. Okay, so here's Windhelm. I'm wondering if we should take a pit stop here in Windhelm. I would rather not return to my comrades without having completed my Stormcloak mission that I'm still on the hook for. Oh, no, I just need to become... Yeah, I think I'm fine. Shouldn't take me too much longer to get back up to College of Winterhold, and maybe we can find a nice spot to set up camp for the night anyway. All bunnies must die. Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit. Dun, dun, dun. Germany is rich with history of never-ending wars and deaths. Yeah. Did you know there were plans after World War II to depopulate the entire area because it was thought to produce so much hostility? Well, yeah, I mean, Norm Macdonald, the stand-up comedian, has some jokes about it. He was talking about World War II, where basically Germany decided to go to war with the entire world, and they actually almost won. And then instead of like deciding that Germany just didn't get to be a country anymore, they let them off the hook, and then World War II, they almost did the exact same thing again. Hey, there's Haster. Welcome, welcome, Haster. Oh, there is a dragon. Damn it. Okay. Probably should have made a pit stop in Windhelm. Gonna do a hard save here. Now, we do have Spectral Missile, which could help. Thought we had Spectral Missile. Did I just take it and not learn it? I thought I learned it right out of the inventory. No, there it is. This one travels a little faster than the Spirit Storm. It's not going to do as much damage, but it's going to do something. So let's have that ready. Let's go ahead and have Aunt Millie ready to go. So instead of conjure Undying Ghost, we're going to conjure Avenging Wraith. Okay. That's Alduin. He's raising somebody. I can tell by the structure of his wings over there. Let's get Aunt Millie out and ready. Oops, that's not Aunt Millie. That's Aunt Millie. That's my ward. Okay. Let's go do this. What's up, Al? Aunt Millie, you ready? Ah, crap. Vinturuth. Wonder what that translates to. Pastor probably knows. I'm sure somebody in chat knows what Vinturuth translates to. I was doing some chip damage there. Nothing crazy. Oh, now we got some storms. Crap, we're not going to be able to see anything, are we? And I'm kind of afraid to switch over to a clear weather spell, because that would be too risky. Be locked in an animation for too long. Let's see him. There he is. Crap, I can't see him at all. Did he land? Oh no, he flew away. This is not good, folks. Yeah, this is terrifying. Oh, there he is. He landed. Might be able to get a few cheap shots in, a few pot shots. Or maybe not. Yeah, he already took off. Boone, I don't think he streams much unless he's changing tactics, but he does do permadeath and legendary difficulty runs on YouTube. It's got a great channel. I like Boone's videos a lot. Very tactical. Production quality is very high. It's a very methodical play. Oh crap, okay. So there goes my first free, or actually my only free ward. I have the Ordinator perk, I think it's like called Vigilant or something like that, where the first ward you cast in combat does not use up any magicka. Ooh, there he is. Oh, crap. He landed somewhere over there. I can't see him. I think I hit him with a couple. There he is. Oh, okay, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, okay. Whew. God, the dragon was making some terrifying noises, and I think I realized that my wife was just moving furniture around on the hard floor in another room. I was like, wow, that sounds way too real. It's terrifying. Okay, the ward is holding up really well. It did shatter on me once. And that healing wind or whatever it's called, I have another ordinator perk in the restoration tree that as it touches me, it increases my magicka regeneration. Oh, I'm getting ready to go in the drink. See, now it is draining magicka, albeit slowly. Hopefully it lands on me again here soon. There it is. Warrior's Flame, not Healing Wind. Okay. Now we're gonna switch to melee. Is there anything else that I need? Frost resistance would be good. Switch to an Undying Ghost, I think, would be good too. Really, that kind of poison is not what I need to be using. Dragon's Blood, Extreme Healing, Vigorous Healing's fine. Regeneration will take. Solution of Health, yes please. Fortify Magicka, yeah, why not? Take some of that. See if there's anything that increases Magicka regeneration. Does not look like it. Ice Wraith Essence. Filter resist cold is much better. We'll do Fortify Block, Fortify Light Armor. Do any Fortify One-Handed? We do have Warrior. Already did Light Armor. Enhanced Stamina, yes please. Okay. Ready to get in there. Let's do it. Okay, that was an epic battle. Not quite as epic as Magus's Alduin fight. But man, with the rain and everything, that was dramatic. It was tough. It was drawn out. I like that one a lot. It's a good fight. Wardrobe Dragon? I don't know what that means, but it's making me chuckle. Okay, now I have no idea where I am. Is this the road, or is this just the track that the dragon created? And now I can't see anything. Alright, well, let's set up camp right here on the burial ground, and maybe we can sleep off the weather here. Whew. Okay, that was intense, guys. Silent Echo, yeah, your messages are coming through. It's just I was very focused on that dragon fight. I couldn't see you. So sorry, we're not ignoring you on purpose. How can you even see this guy? Man, just it was so awesome though, but it was like between lightning strikes when things would flash, I would be able to see a wing like passing over the screen. Ooh. It's a furniture dragon, FD. Weather is real, huh? Not playing around. That's the real battle, is that misty, rainy fog. Yeah, in fact, it's a little too oppressive. I want to try to maybe rip that part out of my load order, but I have a lot of compatibility patches and stuff for the weathers and E&D and stuff, and I don't want to break anything, you know? And sometimes it's like I like the challenge. It makes it very tactical. For a slower pace, like tactical roleplay, I think having heavy inclement weather like this that really affects tactics is a cool thing, because it makes you like try to wait out the weather. It connects you to the world a little bit more, but it's also a little heavy-handed. So my solution is to have these scrolls of control weather from Apocalypse, and Odin I think has them too, to be able to cast them whenever it just becomes a little overbearing. I couldn't do it in that instance because the dragon was attacking me, and this is a master level spell, so you have to do the whole wind up and you do the whole big animation before it actually casts. It's not fast or even instant. So I was afraid that the dragon was just going to kill me in the middle of the animation. But this time it made for a very epic battle. Ooh, that was cool. That was a lot of fun. Oh, wardrobe dragon. Now I'm getting it. I'm getting it now. Furniture dragon. FD, because my wife was dragging furniture. I get it. Very funny. Strudel wins. Okay. What's the best poison combo to make? I like to use Small Antler, River Betty, and Death Bell. I think you get DOT damage, health damage, and reduced stamina. I like Canis Root, Imp Stool, and I think Red Mountain Flower. Or no, not Red Mountain Flower. Mora Tapanella. So Canis Root and Imp Stool give you paralysis, obviously, and then Imp Stool and Mora Tapanella give you damage over time. So you get a paralysis effect, and then while they're paralyzed, they're continuously taking damage while they are not able to fight back. That's my favorite. Yeah, Death Bell gives you slow. You're probably thinking of slow instead of reduced stamina. But also, like, River Betty you can find often enough. Small Antler is, there's a chance that you can find it on certain deer, but it's still limited. With Canis Root, Mora Tapanella, and Imp Stool, you can plant those at a Hearthfire home and have an unlimited supply of them. Using Ordinator, nothing for an actual alchemy overhaul itself. Yeah, same here. I think the vanilla effects are just fine, but the Ordinator perks are a nice improvement over vanilla. The vanilla alchemy system is not bad. I like it just fine the way it is. CACO is a very cool mod, but I think it goes too far, it does too much, and it just becomes a patching nightmare, in my opinion. It has a lot of really cool stuff in it, though. I like the bombs and stuff that you can make out of them. If I recall, there's a spreadsheet out there with all the vanilla recipes that you can try. Yeah, there is. There's probably several of them. There are actually free apps that you can get on your phone, too, where you can plug in the ingredients that you have and find the most valuable one. Hey, there's the Panic Monk. Welcome, welcome. 3 days later. Okay, let's pitch camp here. Let's see if I can remember how to do this damn thing. Oh, I think all of my stuff is on my horse, so let's whistle the horse over. Thank you for the shout out for the Panicked Monkcaster. You're a good dude. How's it going, Joe? You having a good weekend? Looked like you were getting started on a new, looked like a Dwemer character? I just remember that beard looked a lot like, your Dwemer character's beard. I don't know why I can't think of its name now. All the particles lower the stream. Yeah, I could imagine this is causing a lot of havoc for the YouTube encoding. Sorry about that. Not a ton I can do about it except for try to rest my way out. And if we're gonna pitch camp here and then we're gonna sleep the night, and if it's still like this in the morning, I'll just go ahead and use one of my cheat scrolls to clear the weather. What's in the sack? What's in the box? Oh crap! I don't even actually have a tent. We're just gonna be sleeping in the damn rain here. Well, okay. Let's make tent. Let's make a fire first. Okay. Do I have it in my quick menu? I don't think that I do. I like the slow effects too with damage over time. It's funny to watch because the closest you'll get to full paralysis, but then actually moving and kiting them until... Yeah, that is kind of funny how they're like... Especially how they're like talking trash to you the whole time as they're trying to run you down but can't catch up, and then they just die. That's good stuff. I gotta harvest firewood here too. Sinak, yes. That's right, that's right. A nice, no, I don't have... Six deadwood, I need more deadwood. A nice tonal architect mod is really good too, for anybody who hasn't tried it yet. If you like Dwemer stuff, there's some good stuff in there. Of course, you could do a whole build based off of it. Tonal Architect is the name of it, and it gives you things like ways to conjure / build the automata and things like that. Automata? 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 Atomato? Okay, that's a roaring campfire now. Let's just go ahead and sleep in the rain. We'll let the spirits protect us. Where is my active bedroll? There it is. Oh, it's so comfy. Do we get to actually sleep, though? Whatever. We'll just wait. We'll do 8 hours. Automaton. Automata. Yeah, I was going for the plural. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, actually, I had to... Oh, now I can actually rest. I had to study automaton and automata as part of my computer engineering degree. Ooh, this is fun. And by fun, I mean not fun at all. Okay, gravity fixed itself. All right, we're good. Well, okay, this sleeping bag is a little cursed. This thing is bugged as hell. Ooh, look. What's this? Oh my god. This thing is so cursed. What is going on here? Yeah, I'm just gonna... I gotta get rid of the Hunterborn bedroll and just do a damn... just do a damn campfire thing. Never had so many problems with this thing. And I've also never seen this chest here before, which was very distracting. Squirrel! I was a screen cap from my off-camera character. He's like level 52 or something right now. I originally started him out as a take on the Heart White or Ash Vampire. Oh, nice. So it's not a Dwemer character. Even though he had Senak's beard. I think Strudel commented something about how he looked terrifying, and I have to concur. It's like a rough customer. That's interesting. It is indeed. His name is Lance. Lance the Ash Vampire. Nice. Crazy you can light a fire in a monsoon. A little bit, yeah. I mean, who doesn't like Dwemer stuff? Who doesn't, indeed? Want to get into cybersecurity myself. Oh, for school? Yeah. I was going for the, I went the easy route. I took a software engineering degree, or no, it's a computer science degree with a focus in software engineering. And from the get-go, I was going to be happy just working on productivity software, because that is like the path to least resistance for just a comfortable life, good paying job without having to have all the crunch time. Oh, great. Bozos. Without having to do all the crunch time of the like games industry. And things like cybersecurity tend to be, it's good paying. There's always jobs for it, but it's pretty high pressure, and you're always having to, oh, I'm out of crap here. You're always having to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses in this case being hackers. Mercenary warrior, nice outfit. I think I have one of those back at Ryek's End.
Waste.
It is a Bosmer set, right? But it still looks like it might be okay for a Nord assassin, right? Or Nord shaman, even. I don't know what the boots are. Almost look like orcish boots. And iron gauntlets. Okay, what do we got here? Mail bracers. Vampire dust has invisibility on it. We'll definitely take that. Frost armor, we can sell that. Still no phantom armor. I thought there were 3 vampires here. Just the 2, huh? Oh, there's an invisible one. That's the one I was missing. Gotta love Skyrim, huh? Okay. Well, that was fun. Where the hell is Philia? Who's trying to kill me? Something set off Okado's recital. Oh, a frost troll. Okay. Let's do this.
I'll starve you into bait. No sign of him.
You stole my kill, buddy. All right. As long as I get the spoils. Get rid of all the bones that I don't need. Hey, James Ansel, welcome, welcome. You're having a good weekend, buddy. It's an slightly deranged cousin. Okay, let's see. Maybe a tent next time. Yes, indeed. I'm doing well, by the way. Thanks for asking. Just got home from a drone concert with CW. That sounds awesome. How's Stu doing? We all know he's doing his music and everything, but I'd like to know how he's doing outside of that, you know? I do layers 1, 2, and 3. I want to go deeper. Go for security. We only stayed for a couple of hours, but was really interesting. It was a 28-hour concert. Oh wow, yeah, you want to stay for that whole thing with artists rotating in about every 20 minutes or so. That sounds kind of awesome, kind of daunting. Let's see, layers 1, 2, and 7 for me. Strange mix. I know. I don't know what we're talking about. Layers. Be right back. Gonna go run out quick with my wife. Okay. Have fun with the wife. I think I'm doing a Daedric Elemental Sniper build. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. Yeah, well, working deep in networking. Okay. Gotcha. This is security stuff. I try to stay on the software development end of things. I do dabble in some DevOps stuff and do a lot more of it than I feel like I would like to. I like to stick with coding, but not always working out that way. So there's a lot of infrastructure stuff that I have to dabble into, but I do get to, you know, kind of bug my DevOps guys about it if there's something that I don't know, and I don't know anything about the security layers. I probably do know more than I think I know. I just don't know the terminology, the vernacular. Go for the Kinreeve armor set. That would look cool for that build. That would look cool, but that's all I know as far as armor sets for aesthetics. Yeah, that would look cool. I mean, or just feel free. Like what I do with this character and a lot of other characters is I just gather like almost everything. So I have like a unique or like a single piece of every kind of armor in the game, and I just keep it at my house in like a wardrobe or something, and then I go and just try to create mashups that look cool. Like this is very different from the original concept that I had, but I might get something closer to my original concept at some point. But this still looks really cool for a Shaman assassin. Kill stealing is the new I love you. Well, that's very sweet of that mercenary. He's just saying I love you. Thinking of using Dremora Markinaz. That sounds good too. OSI model, okay. I was supposed to learn that. Well, I didn't actually. Software engineering, I didn't really take a bunch of. I took a network programming class. I don't know that I actually took any actual security classes in my degree though. We might have touched on some security in the networking programming class. And maybe some in like the relational databases class, just touch on it briefly, but that's security wasn't a big part of my degree, but that was back in 2006 now. Things have changed a lot since then. Networking layers for troubleshooting, I see, okay. Layer 1 is physical, 2 is switching, and 3 is routing. Okay. Well, I know that stuff. Mix and match armors too, cool. You learned it, we have the same degree. Same degree at different times in different colleges though, right? Just very out of date. Yeah, I think that's also the case. I do a lot in AWS and Google Cloud and stuff like that, but I don't have any certifications in any of them. I don't have time. I'm busy doing actual work. So I don't know what stuff is called. But I know how to work with like load balancers and, you know, getting the A names and the C names all figured out and that kind of stuff. I still work on a product that is, it's a classical like desktop product that's been around since the 80s. So I do a lot of work in desktop installs and things like that. Our company is transitioning the product into AWS, so I've been doing a lot of that stuff in the last couple of years. But I've never had the need to actually certify myself in any of it. And we do have a separate DevOps team that's separate from my team. I'm on the development team, so I work mostly on code side and then building that code. A lot of CI/CD architecture, but it's much different than a pure cloud product, right? It's not a pure JavaScript thing. It's a very, oh shoot. This is not great. Somebody's shooting lightning at me. Okay.
Is someone there?
Yeah, my degree's from 2006. I started working on boxed product software that got sold at a retail level in 2007. Doing .NET development work, and automated testing is where I got my start in that. So being able to hook into the .NET controls and stuff externally was how I got started, and then moved into very, very early CI/CD patterns, which it wasn't even called CI/CD. DevOps wasn't even a thing back then. We just called it build infrastructure. Moved into some of that, and it was all just local network topology that it didn't even have external network access. It was all running off of CVS and SVN servers and local SQL servers at the time. So we didn't really have to worry about security because none of it was externally available. It was all on-premise. And then we started transitioning that product into a more cloud product. So we've been moving bits and pieces of it in, but we're still supporting the desktop product. And the build process has remained exactly the same. It's just what we do with the build artifacts afterwards that have changed. So yes, if it comes to a point where I need a new job, I'm gonna have to really bone up on the terminology of things that I already know. That shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. And I hope it doesn't come to that anytime soon. Fingers crossed. What the hell's going on here? How come these damn skeletons aren't coming out to me? Oh, it's because they're fighting something else. Or just gave up on fighting me, I guess. A little bit of both. I should stop fighting like a warrior and start trying to do more assassin-y type stuff, because that's where I'm most effective. The problem is it's broad daylight. There he is. Go after the ghost. Why are you ignoring the ghost, and why is the ghost ignoring you? Oh, my minions aren't doing what I want them to do. Oh, let's see here. Same time, different colleges. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Same degree with different focuses too. Yeah, software engineering. 2008 for security side. I think it grew a lot later within ICT. Cisco Meraki. No, I have never touched that. Mine was also software engineering. We went in different directions, like after college. Yeah, from what I was told, the Berkeley criteria was pretty standard. That could have been hype. Well, yeah. When I started my degree, Java was the big thing, not JavaScript, just Java, because it was free, it was object-oriented, and it would work on any architecture with the Java VM the way it was. And then it started transitioning, like halfway through my degree, we all started transitioning into C# and .NET. And that's what I got my job in, was doing test automation for that, and then moved into the build side of that, and then moved into installer side of that, and then moved into development side of that, and then moved into DevOps side of that, and then moved back to development side of that. Yeah, but if you took your degree and you went to work on some kind of distributed solution, like a website or a web product or some kind of cloud app or something, before it was known as a cloud app, then you would have been working on very different things from me. We did almost no... I did software engineering. It's a CS degree with a software engineering focused. a lot of other people went the computer systems engineering degree, which had a lot more network topology and hardware stuff in it. The CS degree that I had almost no hardware in it whatsoever. The CSE degree had all the hardware stuff. This was at ASU, by the way, so it's not like some rinky-dink community college or anything. Ooh, that's the guy that I want. That's one of the spirit tutors. Hopefully I can get him. Grant me your blessing. Okay, that was 2. There was 2 of those that roam Skyrim. They're very rare, especially if you have mods that add random encounters to the overworld here. So now I got both of them. That is from the Spirit Tutors Restoration perk, so that is now fulfilled. 2 Spirit Tutors roam Skyrim. Find them and speak to them to receive a permanent blessing that makes restoration spells 1% stronger per 20 points of magicka. Cool. Each Spirit Tutor grants 1 blessing. 1% stronger per 20 points of... That's pretty strong. So that's getting close to 10% stronger. And that will scale with level. So that's cool. 2008 for the... let's see. Mine was also software engineering. We went in different directions. Yes, we did. I have no degree, all certs, and even a cert in RF. My other build in the works is the Arms of Chaos build. Oh, are you using the staff creations from the AE? Those are pretty cool. It'd be interesting to see where you go with those builds. The only kind of coding I do is within the theater industry. A lot of playing around with a lot of advanced equipment. There you go. Cloud storage. Thankfully, the problem gets solved with the Fallout franchise. Finally got a dog. Got him yesterday. Retired race dog named Oshkosh Gallant. Okay. Very cool. Is a greyhound? Yeah. I don't know. Do they use other breeds of dogs in dog racing? Okay, based on your explanation, mine was CSE. I transitioned from EE. Yes. So I think that's what you that's what you did. I actually started in CSE, which is a combination of EE and CS. And I didn't enjoy the EE stuff as much, so I transitioned to the software side, the CS part. I liked the science and programming part a lot more than I liked the actual breadboard type stuff. Blessing? We Spanish now? Yes. Did I say blessing? I had a momentary lisp. It happens. Also, I paid off a credit card, so now I'm eligible for a mortgage finally, so I'm in house buying mode. Awesome. Sounds like things are happening pretty well for you, Silent Echo. I'm glad. Happy for you. Lots of good stuff. Okay. Let's ride. Yeah, I just in college I decided I would rather be the keyboard and code guy instead of the soldering iron and circuits guy, you know? Would have been nice to have like a broad base of knowledge of the hardware and the software. But the hardware always changes so fast. The science itself doesn't change all that much. Coding paradigms like changed a lot. I did learn about functional programming a long time ago in college, but it definitely played second fiddle to object-oriented programming. And now with all the JavaScript script stuff, it definitely switched back to the functional part of it. Let's see if I can ruin this place from the inside out. We do have a very high sneak level, so as long as we're sneaking and staying out of direct line of sight in broad daylight, we should remain undetected. And at least this way, if I can get some stealth kills on some people inside without being detected, then I can use the ritual stone, the spirits that are stored up in ritual stone, so when and if I do actually get detected outside in broad daylight, I should have like an army of spirits to fight for me. Skeleton up there. There are a few necromancers down here, mostly skeletons. I don't think skeletons have spirits that I can bind. Okay, let's wait for him to make his patrol back downstairs, and then we'll, as soon as he turns around to go back upstairs, we'll backstab him. Like Ibiza, Spain, where they have a bad lisp. My ex-wife had that Spanish lisp. Yeah, they kind of made fun of it on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I didn't know they actually talked like that, and I thought everybody was just doing a lisp for comic effect, but no, that's part of how they pronounce words out there. I don't know that you can consider it a lisp because it's not really a speech impediment. It's just how they pronounce things. Okay, that worked. Didn't bind any spirits, but that's okay. Just do some quick sensing here to see if we can find anything. That's the entrance. That's the main entrance on ground level. Okay, we'll work our way upstairs. Now we're gonna have a skeleton off to the right over here, a necromancer right up front and center. It goes slow enough. Not gonna hear me. And he won't see me because it's dark and I have a very high sneak skill. Shouldn't have any problem sneaking up on Mr. Necromancer over here. Oh, swing and a miss. Wow. She must have felt the wind from that. Oh my god. This is the ultimate teabag. Ultimate disrespect. Sit on her face after killing her. Oh, all this stuff is really good, but I don't have any encumbrance to spare. Yeah, well. Don't need it. I don't think there's anything else over here. I guess I could level up my lock picking skill a little bit by picking all these locks, but whatever. We'll get that skill eventually. Okay, some alchemy items here. Those. Vegetable soup ingredients as well. Felt the wind? Yes, I did. Kind of hard not to. Let's see. No idea what you're talking about, James. That sounds like the rantings of Septimus Cygnus. Oh yeah, it's not a speech impediment. She spoke English normal. Yeah, yeah. Also, I've been playing Valheim here lately. That's a pretty good game. Yeah, a lot of people really like Valheim. I've never really been into the whole survival game. Like, it's kind of cut from the same cloth as like Ark, I think. Never really got into those. But people really like them, and Valheim looks cool, at least. Sit in your dead enemy's chair, TikTok challenge. Hey, N King, there he is. Feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, welcome. Okay, where the hell am I going? Still doing Starfield buttons. Okay, now I thought that there was a different entrance, but higher up. I think there is not. I think I need to go outside and come back in. At least I have a necromancer on my side. Okay, let's try this. As soon as we get outside, I'm gonna pop an invisibility potion. Hopefully that keeps us from getting seen immediately, because it is broad daylight outside right now. Nope, somebody saw me immediately. And my pause on load screen does not seem to be working properly. It was not supposed to happen. Okay, where's my invisibility potion? Let's see if that helps at all. Nope, not one bit. I'm dead. Did I see your previous comment about completely altering Arms of Chaos as well as improving them? No, I did not. Sorry about that. And it looks like we're long since past that comment. Sorry, Frost Priestess. Feel free to repost. I just missed it. Show answer bullshit to do with sometimes we would like a server text sometimes. Oh, okay. Okay, have to do this over. Not a super big deal, I guess. Boom. Never saw it coming. James will be back in a while. You'll share the mod you're using? Okay, great. I don't know if you're allowed to post links in the comments, but if you could just copy and paste the name of it, maybe. We can search for it at least. I completely forgot to check that chest last time. I thought there was another way to go upstairs in this fort without having to go outside, but I'm obviously very mistaken about that. Oh. Black soul gem. Oh, I'm carrying too much now? How did that happen? Oh, because I looted that chest, I think. Arch Necromancer, that would have been tough. And all the stuff that I would love to have but can't carry. See any leaks or anything up here? Yeah, nothing good. Cooked beef sounds amazing, though. I could go for a steak. Man, now my mouth is watering. I really want a steak. Where did that come from all of a sudden? I think that came from the fact that I just need a snack. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a quick break right here, and then I can reassess my tactics on this fort. Because as soon as I step outside, I'm just getting jumped by very high level mage enemies. Okay, so let's figure this out. But first, I am going to take a break, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, okay? Okay, I'm back. Back with the Steger in Skyrim, not the cyberneticist in Starfield. Okay, how the hell are we gonna do this? Alright, so I feel like going out this door is a death sentence. So I feel like what I might want to do is at least, if I go back out through this trap door, I might be able to leverage Ghost Walk or some other kind of invisibility from around a corner or something, right? I think that's my best way forward here. It's been a weird day, never question the macadamia. By the way, what's wrong with Outback Steakhouse? Ooh, definitely don't need the night vision over here. Okay, it would be nice if I could get some kind of a height advantage. I'd have to go all the way back down the mountains. Let's see if I can just do it from ground level here. One of those mage enemies is over there just casting a flesh spell over and over. No idea why. Can I get up there? Maybe? Yes, I can. Okay. Hug the wall. Stay out of the line of sight. Okay. Now let's see if we can take care of this mage first. Do I have any really badass poisons here? A deadly poison, yeah, okay. Works for me. Okay, is she dead? Now the skeletons and stuff I can take care of. Not too worried about them. There's another one up on top of the skeleton, not the skeleton. There's another mage on top of the fort over there. Is this guy here? How'd you see me? Okay, detection is quickly moving away. All right. Kind of wasted that arch necromancer, or both of them, I guess, on that. As far as the spirits I had bound. Ooh, there are two of them. Oh, no, one of them is actually... Okay, so the sound tactic to take here would be to wait for that zombie to expire. Alright. Thought I had Ghost Walk active, but it's really just the Phantom Shroud. Okay, let's take care of this skeleton sentry over here. Let's see, can I get there from here with Ghost Walk? Looks like maybe I can. Hopefully, hopefully. Made it close, but we made it. It's been a weird day, never question the macadamia. Nothing's wrong with it. I love Outback Steakhouse, Loki. I do too. It's not like, you know, tip-top level steak, but it's pretty good. Love a bloomin' onion. Wrong as in spurring on the desire for steak. Ah, yes, there we go. Did I miss something? It was brewing tea. Yeah, I died about 7 times, but I think we're on the right track now. We're at Fort Castev right now, just trying to get to the College of Winterhold to see if we can figure out where this Elder Scroll is. Been to Outback Steakhouse, got diarrhea, and got severely sick. Oh, I've never gotten sick from it before. It's better than something like a Sizzler or like a low-tier steakhouse. It's just a mid-tier steakhouse, I think. Driving that dagger in deeper. Yeah, for sure. Sounds more like Outhouse Steak back. Well done. Maldorath wins. Loved it like I love Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell too. once in a while. You can't eat Taco Bell all the time. Otherwise, yeah, you are going to have problems. If I'm going steak, I'm going elk steak. Yeah, I had some elk steak at... my wife and I got married in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Some of the best, like, beef and just meat you're ever going to have. It was so good. We had buffalo. We had just beef steak. We had elk steak. My favorite is just the straight up beef, though. I love eating a cow. I like the fresh beef steak more than I liked the elk steak, personally. Never had elk steak? It's good. There's just something about cow meat, though. Nothing beats it in my book. Jackson Hole, Wyoming is fucking awesome. Love to live there. Yeah, I would too. Well, I don't know if I'd love to live there. It gets snowy, right? You got to deal with a lot of tourists. It's all just tourism and some agriculture, right? Oh, man. So right now I'm just waiting for... That's an arch necromancer right there that this guy has... Oh, great. That this guy has raised. So I'm waiting for that zombie to wear off before I go back in for the attack. I don't want to try to fight both of them. Actually, I might be able to get him with a ghost walk. There he is. Ooh, it didn't take him out. Wild. That only took like half of his health. My God. My God. I've not had elk steak either. Strangely, the best steak I've had was in Hawaii. Interesting.
You can't hide from me.
I think the best steak that you have is like the freshest steak that you have. Or just whoever puts the most garlic and butter on it, right? I've made homemade steaks just from supermarket steaks that I bought that were absolutely outstanding because you drown them in butter, you cook them in garlic, you sear either side of them before you put them in the oven to cook the rest of the way, and you just got something that is very special. Other than that, the best steak I've had was in Jackson Hole, and that was because it was on the same range. Where are they shooting at? It was on the same... The restaurant was just on the same... They were getting the cows from the range that was just like right next door, like daily. It was amazingly fresh. It was so good. You're Alaskan, you love negative 70-degree weather? Yeah. Well, I mean, just like the ski crew probably wouldn't entice me much. I mean, if I could just like stay at home and... Ooh, okay. My Phantom Shroud is not... Oops. It's not the one I wanted. Now who sees me? Oh, okay. You don't actually see... Oh, there's a headless horseman over there. Okay, let's see if I can actually kill him this time would be nice. Finally. Okay. Ooh, okay, there's still a skeleton over there. But this guy, I think I can take just straight up, but I would like to keep that Arch Necromancer in my back pocket as a bound spirit for as long as possible. So let's try to get the skeleton without getting detected. Wow, he walks really quickly. All right, and is there anybody upstairs up there? Can't type, huh? Probably didn't get full sneak damage because I wasn't all the way behind. Could be. I think I see any... Loot this place now before I clear it so that once the Stormcloaks, whoever, take it over, all this stuff doesn't count as stolen merchandise, you know? Okay, there might be one more dude left over here. And the Panic Monk is back, okay? Super nice area, Jackson Hole. Yeah, one of my favorite places. Probably the most beautiful place I've ever been in the world. And I've gotten around a fair amount. I haven't been to Alaska yet. I have been to Iceland, where we saw the Northern Lights in the middle of the winter. That was beautiful. But still, just seeing the Grand Tetons in the background, just in the backdrop of Jackson Hole, still the most beautiful place in the world I've ever been. And I have Sedona just about 2.5 hours away. Just a pretty quick little day trip from where I live. With the red rocks and everything, that is a hell of a backdrop. Also one of the most beautiful places in the world. As far as urban, like more urban areas, I think the most beautiful cities in the world I've ever been, Vancouver in Canada was a very nice city. And then Denmark, oh geez, I can't think of the... Copenhagen was very, very nice. It was a very nice city as well. And then also New York has come a long way. The more touristy places of New York is actually very nice these days. Alright, there's a bunch of crap I have that I don't need anymore. Let's just start dropping stuff. Yeah. The meat I don't need. Much as I'd like to keep it with all the talk about steak we've been doing. I guess I could drop some of this stuff off at my horse, too. Well, there goes, there goes that legged goat flying off into the distance. Okay, I think we're clear here, right? Doesn't say we're clear, but I don't know that any of the forts actually ever do say you're clear. I do kind of feel like I'm missing something. But I'm pretty sure I've cleared everything. Alright, let's head back to Philia. Drop some stuff off at the horse. Philia. What's in the sack? Don't need... Actually, I can drop a lot of stuff off on the horse here. Any crafting materials I don't need. Iron ingots, leather... all the different pelts. All the dragon bones. Actually, the grand soul gems we're saving for... all of the... alchemical ingredients in there, too. Now we're cooking with gas. Vegetable soup ingredients. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, let's go. Up to Winterhold now. Wow, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. We've done next to nothing. Oh, there's a whole bunch of bodies that I didn't loot over here, including like arch necromancers and stuff. Probably have some good stuff on them. Let's see. Bodyguard. Traveler merchant. Another bodyguard. Okay, there should be another ash pile with another mage. That it right here? No. I'm still looking for the Phantom Armor, the Forgotten Magic Redone spell. I like when it marks Skyrim cleared. I'm always stoked when it does that. Like, hell yeah, I did it. Cleared Skyrim. Yep, there you go. I beat the game. Okay, we're still looking for one more ash pile here. And I want to make sure I'm looting corpses because of the Forgotten Magic spell that I'm still missing. That I just mentioned, the Phantom Armor. And they tend to show up more on mages. So there was that one other mage that Necromancer had risen that had raised that I'm not seeing the body for. But I know it's around here somewhere. Merchant, the mage that was doing the raising. Anybody seeing any more purple smoke that I'm missing? There's got to be another ash pile over here. I'll give it another like 2.5 seconds and then I'm giving up. So these ash piles don't show up, so I'm gonna have to just do this by eye. The ash piles don't show up as purple clouds like the rest of the dead do. It's a skeleton. Lurking activated. Have a great stream. Okay, Maldaroth. Have a good day and a good weekend, huh? I only got about 30 minutes left in the stream anyway. And some Z fighting over here. Where is that other ash pile? Oh, this is probably it right here. Yep, there we go. Argonian Blade, I already have a couple of those. Staff of Bolides, I can sell that at the college. Yeah, no Forgotten Magic. Okay. Let's go. You look like an alchemist or an apothecary. Alchemist. I don't think I need anything. I think I'm good to go. I'd love to visit Vancouver. Vancouver was great. Holy crap, Maldaroth. You mad lad, thank you so much. Very nice of you. No, you don't require it, but damn it, I'm gonna do what I want. Can't stop me. Well, that was very generous of you. Damn, that macadamia guy is a really cool dude. Hey, there's Mr. B. Oh, I just got off my horse. I did not mean to do that. Top quality content over here, guys. Let's see. Letterkenny. No, I've seen clips of Letterkenny on like YouTube and stuff. I've not actually sat down and watched it. If I remember correctly, though, I think Panicked Monk is kind of a Letterkenny fan. He's posted some Letterkenny stuff in different Discords. I would say Toronto too, but that's basically an American city in Canada. Yeah. I mean, like downtown metropolitan areas in the US are kind of, they're very close. They're very they're very similar to the same thing. What the hell is that? That's got to be a vampire, right?
Do something. Get him.
Oh, that's the ice wraith fighting a vampire. That ice wraith has no chance. Really? Y'all aren't gonna fight that ice wraith just right there? Okay. Guess I'll kill him. Letterkenny, all one word. It's a show. It's a comedy show, I think, based in Canada. From what I've gathered, it's kind of like the Canadian equivalent of Rednecks. So right now, it's less of a forgotten spell as it is a misplaced spell. Yes, a lost spell. Once I get on SSI, I'm gonna get an iPhone 15 Pro Max. Nice. I'm an Android guy. The Mac stuff doesn't always make a whole lot of sense to me. It's funny, some people are just Android people, some people are just Mac people or iPhone people. Same goes for, okay, that is, Kine wants me to kill this goat, so I've killed that goat.
There you are.
Got some kind of hunter or something helping us out here. You like either one? Whoa! Keep them stun locked here as much as I can. Keep an eye on that guy behind him at the same time. Okay, he's done. Got some range support from my spirit buddy. My spirit bro. You coming? Come at me, bro. Oh, he's scared. Look how scared he is. Never seen a frost troll run away like that before. What kind of troll runs away from a fight? A lame one, that's for sure. Wow, he's really finding some distance here, huh? Hey, buddy. We'll try this again. Let's switch to Mehrunes Razor for this one so we can get some damage over time to counteract the healing. Oh, he doesn't want any piece of me. Oh, there he goes. Keep an eye on our... Ooh, we got a kill cam. Keep an eye on the stamina. It's very important for Wildcat, for sure. Could be better, but I'm alive. Okay. Well. Just needed the best, man. Know you've been through some tough times. Hope it's at least going in the right direction. How about that? The sketch comedy series based in Canada, correct. It's on Hulu. Oh, dang, another 10 bucks? What the hell, guys? You guys are spoiling me. A lot of rapid fire jokes, I see. James is back. Frost Troll got trolled by a troll. Yes, indeed it did. Trolly, 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 troll. An internet troll. Ah, good one, Joe. Man. Joe's quick today. Joe's actually quick-witted like every day. Something he doesn't get a lot of credit for, that Panicked Monk, is the quick quick shot, rapid fire dad jokes. Your hockey team about, yeah, so you're a hockey guy, huh? Hockey's great. Hockey is like the coolest spectator sport that I don't watch. Wow, you're going after that ice wolf with bare hands? You guys must be drunker than I thought. Yeah.
Oh well. Must have run off.
Some days are better than others. Well, we all have our days that we're on and our days that are off.
Victory or Solengard!
Looks like a regular wolf, not nice wolf.
Oh well.
Hail, friend. It's good to see another merry soul enjoying this fine day.
This fine day where your best friend just got slaughtered by an ice wolf.
Come, share a bottle of hunting brew mead with me.
Lorcan, I'm doing great, man. How are you? Thank you so much for the super chat. That was awesome. If he's that quick, does he take quickies on the daily? Oh, I bet he wishes he was. He did just say he was heading off with his wife somewhere. Came back like 10 minutes later. I would love to share a drink with you.
Ah, nothing like fine spirits to help raise your...
Only gotten into watching it in the
Well,
past couple of years. I've historically not found it
Cheers, my
interesting, but I never liked
adventures
soccer
find you
either, and now
playing
they're
with
only two sports that I do watch. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got nothing against it. It's just that, you know, I've always been like a baseball guy and then a football guy. And now that the Suns are doing really well, they made the playoffs and made the finals a couple of years ago. It's like, now I got to be a basketball guy too, and hockey is just the one that falls between the cracks, you know? What the hell is going on here? Nomad tipped 20 bucks. You guys are crazy. You guys are nuts. Used to be really into UFC for a little bit too. Oh my god, the wildlife is thick out here for this being a frozen tundra, right? It just took that drunken spirit out with a vengeance. Oof, okay. I still have the aspect of the bear working. And now I got my own spirit wolves working against me. Against this snow bear. Cheese and rice. Alright. There's just too much stuff to consume. You can't get all of it. There's stuff out there that's worth consuming, but there just isn't enough hours in the day for. And that's why I have like such a big pile of shame. Huge backlog, you know? Oh wait, we got some super chats out here. I want to make sure that I'm reading them. If you're paying money to put these in there, I got to read them out, right? Hey Karn, hope you're well. I haven't been in chat lately, been focusing on life. Now I'm back to support creators like me who have supported me in hard times as thanks. Oh, well, absolutely. Those are some very kind words. And you know what? If my stupid little channel helps somebody, you know, have a better time getting through a day when they're having a hard time, then you know what? Then it's all worth it. All the tons and tons of hours I've put into stupid little videos and stuff, and these live streams that I love hanging out with you guys with, then you know what? It's worth the effort, right? Totally worth the effort. Let's see. I don't mind watching baseball either, but the problem I have with so many sports nowadays is that they each require some sort of streaming service that I just can't justify buying into. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of streaming systems, services that I bundle. So I get like Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, all as part of the same monthly bill, and it's a little bit cheaper that way. And then my wife brought Netflix into the marriage, so she still pays on that one. And then we have Amazon Prime because, you know, you just have Amazon Prime. And then there's one thing I think we have through Amazon Prime. I think we used to have Showtime, and that turned into Paramount Plus. So it is a lot. We have some fat to trim that we could if we needed to. But it's hard when everybody else is watching a show and, like, you don't have that streaming service, so you just don't get to talk about it with people.
You want me to do what?
Oh no.
It'll only be temporary, and I'll be going with you.
I've never committed a crime in my entire life.
I want you to proposition that guard sexually.
Southern Guard.
Feldier the Old isn't going to care if you steal a piece of cheese. And if he was the type who did, you wouldn't want to hang around him anyway.
But why the dungeon? The chill is 40 miles off the coast.
You didn't think the treasure will be somewhere warm, did you? Maybe we should ask the innkeeper if it's on the menu.
All right.
These guys. So I've actually followed these guys all the way to the Chill, which is the dungeon, the jail for Winterhold. I think it's like off the coast. It's like over here or something, or maybe over here. Anyway, it's on like a secluded island deep in an ice cave somewhere.
Escape. Don't tell me you can conjure lockpicks too.
Don't be ridiculous. I have a person on the inside.
Right.
But I've gotten there and I've heard the dialogue, but then I don't know what to do after that.
In the guard.
I've like picked the locks and everything to try to let them out, and just like nothing happens. But a lot of what's in interesting NPCs is like scripted to kick off as part of the main quest line. And since I'm running Skyrim Unbound, the alternate start, it's just you know, it just never meets the requirements to kick off. Oh my god, another $20. Thanks for being a nice freaking guy and having a nice community as well. Hey, well, thank you. The community is its own reward, but you know, $20 is $20. Well, thanks, man. You guys are just you're making my whole damn weekend and my whole damn week over here. That's awesome. And hey, maybe now I can afford to take the wife out to for steak tonight. Have a nice balance of gameplay and chit chat. I hope so. I feel like I'm never giving either one their due, but if you guys think it's balanced, then I guess I have to take your word for it. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants over here, you know? Watching a Karn stream is like a weekly dose of sanity. All right. I'm gonna have to tell my wife that, because
Helgen got hit by a dragon.
I often don't feel completely sane. I'm glad that on the surface level I'm exuding some kind of projection of sanity. Filled with potent Atronox. Yes, the instead of guards they have frost Atronox out there. Steakhouse out back. Yes. Indeed. We'll go get a bloomin' onion. Hey, Tom Mole. It's been a few weeks, I think, right? This one hopes you have all been keeping well. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad to see it, man. Hope you're doing well. What's sanity? Never heard of it? Yeah, it's... Speaking of misplaced items like forgotten magic, spell tomes, I feel like my sanity's been misplaced a while ago. Okay, what am I doing here? I gotta go talk to the book guy. Just been busy? That's good. Busy is good most of the time, I would say. There's a threshold of too busy, I would say. Enthier. Weird to see him out of his little hidey hole and Hall of Attainment there. Somerset Isle has more sand than elsewhere. Interesting. Tell you what, Karn, in lieu of coin, I'll make you a drink. Now, sadly, you won't be able to imbibe it, so I'll even throw down for you because, you know, I've got your back, man. Well, yeah, enjoy my drink, all right?
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Let's see. So I'm just gonna casually ask Urag for an Elder Scroll. You got one on hand, maybe?
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy?
Just kind of just looking for some light reading, you know?
Audacity! How dare you imply such a thing?
What?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yes, we have been working.
Speaking of insanity. All right, let's see. Of course I do. Do you have one
You
here?
think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
Let's see. I need to find one and was told you could help.
I don't know who told you that, but I'll do what I can.
All
What
right.
we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up.
Sounds like a
Mostly
deal.
Lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
I can see this librarian with a snakeskin whip if someone treats any book or any scroll poorly. And I say that to Mercer Frey. There you go. All right, let's see. Quite an impressive library. All right, we'll go get it. Telekinesis arrows sounds like
Try not
fun
to spill anything on them.
to mess around with for a build concept at some point, but it's kind of a very niche thing. Ask Urag about the insane book.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection.
Urag, what's the deal with this
It's going to
insane
stay
book?
pristine, understand?
Yeah. What the hell's the deal with this rumination book?
Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master.
Telekinesis
of the nature of
arrow
Elder
does
Scrolls.
constant
But,
damage and
well,
stagger. Ooh,
He's been
nice.
gone for a long while. Too
And you can do
long.
them in burst fire too, so you can fire off like 4 of them before you cast the spell. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Where'd he go?
Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
So I put out a 2024 update video not too long ago, and a lot of you have commented on it. And a lot of you shared your thoughts on it, specifically about moving on to other games. Well, not moving on, but adding in other games. Obviously, I'm still going to play Skyrim for the rest of my damn life, right? And I'm going to still share Skyrim videos with you guys. I'm still going to be streaming for as long as I can, yada, yada, yada. But I've been encouraged by some of the feedback I've gotten on these retrospective reviews for games that were in my backlog. I'm curious as to, okay, so Cyberpunk is in there. That's probably not going to need a review. Everybody knows that's one of the best games of all time at this point. After a kind of a messy launch anyway. But I think Nier Automata is one of them. It's one of the first ones on the list after I get through my arcade shoot-'em-ups. I've installed all the arcade shoot-'em-ups, by the way, and there's some really bonkers Japanese arcade games out there. I cannot wait to show those things off. But yeah, Nier Automata is going to be the first one, which is a game that everybody loves. It's been in my backlog for like ever, and I haven't touched it at all yet. But I'm curious as to like what other games you guys would like to, because I plan on touching on like the history of like the studios, like what those studios did in the past, like what are some of the key members and like what teams they've worked on in the past, what games they worked on in the past, and some of the key design decisions and things like that, and how it all works and how it stands up today in 2024 alongside some of the more modern AAA games that have been released lately. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Mostly I'm gonna stick to games that I already have in my library, because I have a ton of them. I have hundreds of games that a lot of them I haven't touched. Some of them I have saved for later after playing a little bit here and there. Some of them it's like I just haven't had time to play, but was looking forward to, and some of them I've completely forgotten about. Any Souls-like? Lies of P? So I played all the way through Elden Ring, and that was the first game that I've ever beaten that's a Souls-like. Lies of P is on my wish list. Once that goes on a steep sale, I will definitely buy it and play it, and I could do a retrospective on that one too, but that's probably a few months down the line at least. I do not have that one in my library just yet. Waiting for a sale on that one. That was one of those poor games that was like a diamond in the rough, and it had the unfortune of being released alongside these huge major AAA like generational game releases. Like we had so many of those this year. There was a lot of games that got overlooked because of the the Starfields and Baldur's Gate 3 releases and all those other things that got all the attention. Oh, I need to go way out here to the left. Just trying to avoid all the horkers. Ooh, 2 snow bears up there, huh? All right, let's do this. small studio out of South Korea with AAA quality. Oh yeah, I saw a lot of coverage of Lies of P, and I found it very, very interesting. I also do have all 3 Dark Souls games in my backlog as well, and I do have Remnant 1 in my backlog that I wanna touch on too. Remnant 2 came out last year as well in 2023, and that's another one of those that got kind of covered up by bigger game releases. You'll only play Skyrim the rest of your life because they won't ever effing produce 6. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a while yet. I'm hoping we're gonna get Elder Scrolls 6 sooner than we got Starfield, because now with the Creation Engine 2.0, I don't see them having to make as many, you know, major engine overhauls for Elder Scrolls 6, especially if they plan to release it on the current generation hardware and not waiting for the next one like they did for Starfield. So I think 3 years from now is not completely unreasonable. I think 4 years is probably more reasonable. I hope it doesn't take 6 years, 5 years, 6 years, because that's a long time to wait. It's just a really long time to wait. Especially for Starfield falling as flat as it did for so many people. Ooh, he got a quick swipe in there. That's what makes the bears deadly, is those quick attacks. It's like, you know, the big attacks that they wind up for, but it's the ones that they lunge and then the quick claw attacks. Those are the ones that really get you. Because they come out faster than you can actually react to them, so you either just have to stand there with your shield up, which is not optimal for a Wildcat Ordinator setup, because it's really timed block centric, which I prefer anyway to just holding your shield up. But when you got something that hits as hard as a snow bear with that quick of attack speed, then you kind of just got to stand there with your shield up. Okay, I got to catch up on chat here. There's a lot of it. Oh, somebody enjoying the Panicked Monk story? Yes, indeed. Einarath, I think the Panicked Monk he's been listening to suggestions and taking things to heart for how to like improve his content a little bit, and I think he's been executing on those suggestions really, really well. So if you haven't seen a Panicked Monk video in a while, check it out again. He's getting better all the time. Improving with almost every single video, and he does tell a really good story. He's really good at the roleplay aspect of things, and yeah, I've really been enjoying this Einarath spell sword slash battle mage type gameplay, but it's really the roleplay and the story that he's telling that is compelling. Lies of P, Elden Ring with its new DLC coming, yeah, like Shadows of the Erd Tree or something like that. That one's been in development for a long time. They better do something big with that DLC, because it's going on 3 years after that game was released. Enderall, Skyrim's complete conversion. Yeah, Enderall I do plan on getting into at some point. It's not on the roadmap for right now because I have to figure out how to have a separate install of Skyrim that is just for Enderall. But that's a good suggestion. Luckily, this one has stayed away from the city, had enough to do at home. Okay, yeah, you're not a out on the town type guy either, huh? Man after my own heart. Both Remnants are good. I also have the Neo games, which are kind of so like, I think I have Neo 1 and Neo 2, maybe? Kind of betting that the next Elder Scrolls will come out when you're 36. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's been so long between Skyrim and the next Elder Scrolls game. If you don't count Elder Scrolls Online, which I think that the BGS, not even BGS, but just Bethesda and now Microsoft as a whole, we're hoping would tide players over for a while with continuously updated content to scratch their Elder Scrolls itch. but there's just really no substitute for that single player Elder Scrolls experience, right? Found monk in Supt. Yes, very nice. Hope you enjoy it there, Frost Priestess. Yeah, I think Haster posted the link to it a little earlier in the stream. I don't have quick access to the chat just yet. Otherwise I would. It's like we have an ice wolf fighting for us and a saber cat. Nice. Get some one-handed and some block experience here anyway. There we go. With Hunterborn, the Horkers don't really give you a whole lot worth carrying. I'm gonna mostly skip them. Oh, I was talking about, somebody was looking for the Panicked Monks link to their YouTube page, but I think they found it. I was saying that you posted it earlier in the stream, but it's been a while now. Aster. Next question, when will next Fallout? And think later. You should have some Fallout as well. Okay, yeah, Fallout I actually just uninstalled from my machine because Starfield I feel like plays so similarly to Fallout 4 that having Starfield and Fallout on the same channel at the same time is kind of a little bit redundant. At least for me, because they feel so similar to play even though they're very different worlds, right? Oh, thank you, Haster. Very nice of you. Appreciate it. So I did have the Magnum Opus Wabbajack downloaded for Fallout 4 until just recently, but I haven't played it in months and months and months. So I wanted to focus on Starfield and Skyrim and some other games before I went back to Fallout. But Fallout is definitely something that I do want to get back into at some point. I don't know that there's going to be room for it this year with all the other stuff I have planned. But I do love me some Fallout, that's for sure.
The Empire, they have squandered with them. Also,
I hear they are remastering Oblivion. Yes, that is a rumor. I don't know that that's actually been confirmed. I don't think it's also been debunked. So the rumor that's going around now is that they want to remaster Oblivion with Unreal Engine either 4 or 5 for the graphics layer, and then the underlying gameplay layer will still be Creation Engine, which sounds like a miracle of modern engineering to me. I don't know how they're going to make it work, but supposedly people are saying it's a lot easier and a lot more doable than what you might think on the surface. I don't know, running 2 different engines that are competing for control of how to run a game sounds like a recipe for disaster for me, but I don't know. I don't know how easy it is just to use Unreal Engine for just the graphical part of a game. So where is the scroll?
Here. Well, here as in this plain. Mundus, Tamriel, nearby.
Can't wait for Beyond Skyrim Argonia. I can't wait for any of them to come out. It seems like Roskria is the next one that'll come out. Or maybe even the Iliac one. I don't know. You just never know. Bruma kind of fell out of the sky when that came out, and these other ones have been in development for years and years and years, so I'm not sure. So are they going to go away from the Creation Engine? No, they're gonna keep the Creation Engine for the logic and the underlying gameplay, and so I think what they're trying to do is they want to make it possible for modders to mod the game on a gameplay level using the Creation Kit, because Creation Kit is a lot easier to use than Unreal Engine for modding, right? But for the graphics engines and stuff like that, they want to use Unreal. Using modern code with a 20-plus-year-old code, highly unlikely to work. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I do a lot of that stuff for my job, and trying to get old stuff to work with new stuff, even for simple things, is a lot more work than it would
One blood
than it would seem
lifts
like on the
other.
surface.
Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return.
Yeah, countryside's the way to go for mental health, that's for sure. Just get away from it all and just be alone with your thoughts for a little while. Be out in nature. Contemplate a tree or something.
Of the Dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Black Reach, one yet lies. Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmer City slept, the yearning spire, hidden learning.
Get updates on Skyblivion's gameplay, so Oblivion Remake has proof.
Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep. Tower Mazak.
Oh, Oblivion. Okay, yeah. So it has a proof of concept, right? You can port Oblivion into a newer engine. Skyblivion is more of a complete remake, though.
Enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key.
Yeah, this other way of doing it, I think they would take the actual Oblivion code and try to put Unreal Engine on top of it. is what I'm hearing. I honestly, I don't know. There are so many rumors in the industry, right? And so many of them end up just completely debunked, and a small percentage of them actually end up being real. I'm happy enough just to, you know, wait until the official channels start the hype train up, because I'm very susceptible to video game hype marketing. For better or worse, but for me, like, one of the most pure childish joys I still have in this life is just being excited for a video game that's coming out, and it's a lot more effective if it comes from official channels with like professional marketers and stuff, right?
You can know.
Can't wait till Skywind comes out. Yeah, that's another one. That's Morrowind in the Skyrim engine. Yeah, these are all going to be great, just based on what I'm seeing. Like, Bruma is awesome too, right? It has its problems. It's obviously not as big, sprawling, deep, or even it has more bugs than even an official BGS release would have. But even with all those blemishes and everything, and all those kind of idiosyncrasies and little things here and there that are annoying and kind of buggy, they're still amazing. They're still absolutely amazing. They're so much fun. Playing through Bruma is still just like so much fun, even though it's kind of like an unfinished story. It's an incomplete, like, by design, because I think it's designed to hook up with all the different regions, all the other different regions in Cyrodiil. But just, I feel like anything that comes out of those teams is gonna be a great experience. Still seems a few years off, maybe 2 or 4 years ish or so. Yeah, if not even more than that. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Elder Scrolls 6 came out before well, Skywind in particular, but Skyblivion, maybe even that one. Skyblivion seems closer. They've been doing a lot more updates for Skyblivion, I feel like, than they have been for Skywind. Wow, look at that. That is a Kodak moment, folks. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stop any minute. In fact, I just want to get this this picture. Very cool stuff. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. This is like the highlight of most of my weeks. Is hanging out with you guys, playing some video games. You know, just BSing, talking about things and stuff, catching up with everybody. Saw a lot of names in chat that I haven't seen for a while, so that was very cool. Yeah, if you're just joining today or just happening across the, oh, look at that skeleton, the skeleton up there at the top of that mountain. Ooh, that's ominous. If you just happened across this video and you want to see more stuff like this, do check out the other channels in the description of this video below. Namely, the Panicked Monk has a great channel that he does a lot of Skyrim roleplay on. Caladran has some current playthroughs that she's been working through too. In Skyrim, and also some fanfic stuff set in the Skyrim universe. Very creative things. Let's see who else. Strudel was here earlier today. I haven't seen her lately, but she also has some epic fanfic stuff going on. And then Boone23 was in here earlier as well, and he has an awesome Skyrim channel. He does a lot of permadeath, a lot of tactical stuff. So if you like the tactical stuff that I'm showing with this video, check his stuff out, and it's gonna be pretty similar to how I think my way through these things. Other than that, yeah, thanks for all the super chats. You guys are super generous. You guys know how to put a smile on my face and a steak in my belly. But yeah, I think that's it. Everybody take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye guys.